This is the Golden Mile, home to some of the most expensive real estate in Spain. Wow, but what makes it so special? Today we're going to find out on this episode of Costa Insights. Welcome back, guys. So, Kian, tell us about the Golden Mile. Where is it and what makes it so special?
So,
where did it all begin, actually?
So the Golden Mile, different people delimit it in different ways. There's no actual physical lines around the Golden Mile, but generally in real estate in Marbella, we call the Golden Mile from El Piruli, which is like this copper statue, which was built by Gil, all the way until the beginning of Porto Romano. So that's called the Golden Mile. And before the A7, AP7, some agencies advertise properties above the AP7 as the Golden Mile, but the real Golden Mile is everything that's, let's say, below the AP7, let's say.
And how did it all start? Yeah.
So it started in 1950. So
Okay.
It was El Príncipe Alfonso de Hohenlohe. So the Prince Alfonso of Hohenlohe came over in the 1950s and he started the Marbella Club Hotel. So that's like the signature flag. The Marbella Club Hotel started when Marbella was a small fishing village that was nothing like it was today. This hotel for its time was just like second to none. So we had European elite, Hollywood stars, film stars, people from all over the cultural world were coming to Marbella and staying in this hotel. And that's what really put Marbella on the map in terms of, from an international standpoint back in the 50s. So it started growing. It's incredible to see where the Golden Mile started and where the Golden Mile went towards. But I would go as far as saying that if it wasn't for the Golden Mile, if it wasn't for Marbella Club Hotel, Marbella in no way, shape or form would be what it is today.
Yeah, okay. Well,
interesting.
Yeah, super interesting. Now, there's a lot of expensive postal codes in Spain.
Yeah.
Madrid, Barcelona, Ibiza. What makes the Golden Mile so special?
So it's an accumulation of different things. First of all, it's changed a lot over the last few years. It's always been a very expensive location, but not in its entirety. So there are some areas of the Golden Mile, like the beachside of Marbella Club Hotel, the beachside of Puente Romano, which have always been very pricey. But in the last few years, they are really extremely pricey per square meter. For example, we can see some apartments in Puente Romano that sell at 20,000 euros per square meter. There's apartments in Puente Romano which are now sold for 11, 12 million for an apartment. So 10 years ago, we used to go, oh my God, the villa sold in the Golden Mile for 40 million. And we used to go, wow, 40 million for a villa in the Golden Mile. But now 40 million isn't that much of a big number in the Golden Mile when apartments are selling for 11, 12, 13 million euros, which is incredible.
So for someone who's kind of exploring the Costa del Sol, who's maybe watching this channel for the first time, and interested in the Golden Mile, is that an area where property prices ever drop? What's your experience in your, what is it, for 13, 15 years of experience in real estate here?
Yeah, so I would say, the Golden Mile wasn't as consolidated as it is today. The Golden Mile now is super consolidated and everything on the Golden Mile.
What do you mean by that exactly?
Consolidated as in, the last plots which are now being built on. After 2008, it's true that you did find some very good deals around the Golden Mile. The Marbella Club sort of villas on the beachside, all those have sort of steady maintained their value, have increased over time. But you were still able to pick up a nice apartment in the Golden Mile for like 800,000 euros. Right? People will not, a lot of agents won't even talk about that today, but that's the reality. I've sold in Azules, which is one development that came on the market like 6 years ago. We sold properties in the Golden Mile for 500 to 600,000 euros, which is now unthinkable. The Golden Mile is a massive stretch. It's not just like urbanization, it's very big. So I would say that the areas like the beachside of Puente Romano, the beachside Marbella Club Hotel, these areas have, you wouldn't have seen so much of an opportunity in terms of cheaper apartments. But now, even wherever you go, even if you go up to Azules or you go into Kings Hills and all these different developments, it's very hard to find a good deal. Everything's sort of, set at a price.
So Ken, talk to us about new developments. Are there any developments right now on the Golden Mile in Marbella?
Yeah, they are. So, it's the hub of branded developments. And that's really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So the Golden Mile is the hub of all these branded developments. If you look at, for example, Epic Marbella is, right? That entire location very famous because Oliver Valère is there, that massive famous discotheque and everything. But that entire area is bringing branded residents to market. So for example, you've got Design Hills by Dolce & Gabbana.
You mentioned Epic. Fendi Casa.
Fendi Casa,
Yeah.
When they first started, it's a phenomenon that's only a few years old, right? Branded residents. I was very skeptic about it. Are you really able to sort of give it the brand feel, put the stamp of Fendi or any of these sort of designers on it and sell it for a plus? Like, what is that plus? And the reality is, yes.
You could do it with t-shirts. I guess you could do it with real estate.
Well, exactly. Like yeah, exactly. So there's people that have, you know, we've seen you know, high value transactions happen in the Golden Mile, just because these properties have sort of the design brand on it.
The one, the development by Lamborghini, is that also in the Golden
No,
Mile?
Lamborghini is in Benavis. But that's another one. You see, like there's many different, let's say, designers coming to market. But the Golden Mile is the real hub. So people that bought an Epic Marbella for 3.5, 4.2 million euros, you know, I think, you know, the question would be, can that appreciate? Like you're already, when you're buying at such a high price per square meter, can that appreciate? Well, the answer is look across the road, look at Design Hills, right? Selling for, you know, a lot higher than that. And then you see other developments coming to market in the area, you go, well, Jesus,
there's still room.
There's still room, right? Yeah. It's such a different market to the rest of Marbella. It's such a different market. Like, you know, the Golden Mile is unique, totally unique.
Speaking of uniqueness, who's buying there? Who buys on the Golden Mile?
All nationalities, all nationalities. So the Golden Mile it's a very multicultural setting, right? You can have people from all over the world, Europeans, non-Europeans, but it's basically a person which is relocating or buying a holiday home that wants to be extremely close to amenities. The big positive advantage of living in the Golden Mile, in the actual Golden Mile, is that you drive 5 minutes, you're in Marbella, 5 minutes, you're in Portonus, and then Puente Romano is becoming like such a cool place with so many different, you know, Michelin star restaurants, incredible sort of high-level service, cafes, you know, you've got Sea Grill, all these sort of different services which are so unique to Marbella. Like, you know, it's the equivalent of, you know, the Saint-Tropez or the Monacos, no, where you have these certain streets that have so many high-end boutique shops, but mostly like, you know, evening entertainment and restaurants and everything. That's what happened in Puente Romano. So like Puente Romano is a destination of its own. That's why Puente Romano in the last few years, the apartments in Puente Romano have gone through the roof.
Okay, so let's talk about smart investment. So, okay, it's one thing to say that would have been a smart investment.
Hindsight's easy.
Yeah, exactly. In hindsight's easy. What about now? Is the Golden Mile still a good investment for people that are watching, that are considering it? Would you say, I mean, we talked about the room for appreciation. Is there still room to grow?
Totally. So, you know, every buyer buys for different reasons. Are you investing because you want a, you know, a safe property that will maintain its value? The Golden Mile is perfect. You know, like also, it's the sort of properties like Design Hills or Epic. It's a sort of property that you could look back in it in 3-4 years and it could be worth 1-2 million euros more. In that segment of the market, people sometimes pay excessive amounts more just because they want to be in that location. I don't think they're a very good rental investment. I don't think so. I don't think your rental yield. I don't think people buy there to rent.
Yeah.
So if you're in the market and you're at that sort of price range, it's up to your style, really. I mean, if you've got 6-7 million euros to invest, right? Are you a Golden Mile person? You want to be in the middle of the Golden Mile? Are you an Andalusia person? I mean, look at this. I'll give you an example. A 6 million new dev in Golden Mile, great opportunity, great option, right? A 6 million euro house in Andalusia, or a 6 million euro property in La Zagaleta. Like, there's something for everyone. It's down to the style.
Guys, thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of Costa Insights. And thank you, Kian, again, for your insights on the Golden Mile today. Yeah. For all of you that are tuning in for the first time, or if you're returning, if you've already subscribed to the channel, please don't forget to like the video, comment down below for any other videos that you have or any questions that you might have about the Golden Mile. And of course, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe, hit the alerts, and yeah, tune in next time for the next episode of Costa Insights. Take care.